Whoa, we go from that to ass. Okay, well, guess we in this world. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Witcher. We're now into episode 2, which is called Kaer Morhen, I believe is the way you say it. I don't remember how they said it in the last episode. I'm sorry. So I believe this refers to the place where Witchers are trained to be Witchers or become Witchers. If you watch the preview movie that's on Netflix right now, we got the gruesome details of exactly how a Witcher becomes a Witcher. It's not a pretty place. It doesn't have pretty memories, but it's basically the safest place that Geralt knows to take Ciri, where there'll be other people who could potentially protect her, but also Ciri needs to learn how to fight, quite frankly. She did a lot of running away and a little bit of accidental magic last season, which helped her a lot. But going forward, she's going to have to learn how to defend herself and not necessarily rely on her magic every time, especially since it's pretty loud and chaotic and crazy and huge. Things are starting to get churning in a good way. I'm excited to get into this episode, but before I do, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you like this video, and if you do, you'll think about hitting that thumbs up button. It really helps with the algorithm, which helps me a lot, and I appreciate it very, very much. And if you really like it here, you'll think of hitting that subscribe button, because then you'll be notified when I do more reactions to this show. I also do a lot of other shows that are in this vein, so if that's your cup of tea, hopefully you'll like it here. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming. And hopefully today is the day you'll think about hitting that subscribe button as well, so that you can be on this journey to 10K with me. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into episode 2 right about now. Who's this?
I was only at the market, Yen. You made more than a few pennies thanks to your garden.
Is this a dream? It must be. I never see her being the running and flitting type.
You, me, and her. The family we always dreamed of.
Oh, this is Yennefer. This is Yennefer's dream. I'm gonna keep calling her Jennifer. My God, stop it. Oh, she wants a baby so bad. It's okay, Yen. What the crap? You're setting a baby on fire? What is wrong with y'all? What the hell is that?
She's ours.
The ears? Elf ears. Oh, they were captured. Great, good job. Not you, Yennefer, the other idiot. If she'd untied you. Exactly. Headbutt her. I'd be so mad. Oh, they didn't tie their hands, though. Oddly enough. So do they know that they're witches, or do they just not care?
Fuck. Finally, an honest response.
She's like, that's my line. I'm just wondering if they don't know what they are. You got captured by elves? Maybe that's why she had that jacked up dream. Now I have questions.
Built by elves to honor the prophets.
Know your history. Wow, you bring them right to the heart of Elf Town? Y'all are crazy. Unless they can sense that Yennefer's got elf in her. Oh, they're holding hands. You think y'all know magic? Elves about to teach you something. I'm so happy. I wanted to know more about elves last season.
Set us free, and we promise to grant us.
That's magic. Just so you know, girl, you thought you had magic.
This one was a captive of Nilfgaard.
She's like, I understand.
Have you ever shed a tear over anything elven? You are no elf.
You have a few drops of blood. That's it.
Once we find what we're looking for, we ship their heads back to Aretusa as a reminder of elven glory.
We'll see how well that goes for you. It's so pretty and cold. She just looks so regal. This girl's got to learn to be more low-key. I mean, I know that dress wasn't hers, but still.
How many did you say there were?
Enough.
I didn't. We were 20.
Oh.
Now. Maybe less.
They're a dying breed. I don't know if that's good or bad. Well, considering how they're made, probably good, but it seems like the world needs witchers. Hello. I am back. I brought gifts. Oh, and she's here too. Aww. Y'all are toxic. She's like, I'm still here. Hi. Hello.
Each of your faces is cause enough for celebration.
Is it?
You're safe. You made it back. You made it home. Fire through the heart is the only thing that puts one down. 6 hours in, that didn't occur to you?
Are you new? I don't think he's okay. Why is he favoring his shoulder?
Princess Cyrilla of Sintra. Pleasure to meet you.
Right? I have a title, girl. Crown. Everything. Now what? Henry Cavill and a sword. Yes, this is out of the games. I sucked at this part.
I had to save her.
I know. And you knew I would call you out on it.
Yeah.
You brought her here anyway.
Did. He doesn't exactly have another house, you know? I'm assuming witchers can't just buy houses in villages. Where are you going? Did he tell you can just wander wherever you want? I know you're a princess, but come on. There's men living in this house. They can be naked.
But remember what happened the last time witches shoved their noses into the dramas of courts and kingdoms.
It didn't end up so well for y'all.
Oh, this isn't a castle, Your Highness. They're all shells.
Okay. What's your problem, sir? Do you not like... he got wounded. Whatever that thing was, I think it's poisoning him because he's being... I don't know if he's always an ass, but he seems like he's being extra assy. So I'm assuming witchers don't feel cold because why are all the windows open? I noticed that Geralt doesn't seem to be all that affected by being out in the winter. Look at where we are and whose fault it is.
Perhaps the others in Temeria or Redania are having more luck.
They lick the boots of humans. The same boots that will eventually crush their necks.
Okay. The hatred is warranted but not useful.
But we mustn't lose faith in a bright elven future. What has been need not always be.
I like that line. I like that line though. That's a really good like life lesson line. What is being will not always be or may not always be, right? Basically meaning that this too shall pass. Just because it's true now don't mean it's gonna be true in the future.
The White Flame wants to punish the very people who oppress yours.
Shut up! Not the time!
Faith's a simple medicine for desperate souls.
Wow.
Faith sustains us all in dark times.
Okay, Frangel, I thought you were with the program. Let's work with Yennefer's plan. It's working.
So, is that what we'll be doing here then? Studying monsters.
Behoove you to learn.
Training?
Training is dangerous.
So's living for her at the moment, so let's train.
We don't kill out of fear. We kill to save lives. Do you understand?
But what if you're scared and you're saving your life?
Stay here.
You know,
She won't.
in Sintra, I went to
Cyrilla.
parties all the...
Remember we just talked about last episode? Listen, when he says stay, stay. When he says hide, run, you know? Do we need to go through that again? That lighting is amazing, by the way. These sets. Whoa, we go from that to ass. Okay, well, guess we in this world. Just a teenage girl in the house.
I bathed basilisk blood from your hair.
It was wyvern blood.
Wow!
Yeah.
There's been that many women, sir!
She's not my daughter.
Oh. Well, in that case, I could take her in. She'd have the boys eating out of her hand.
Talk about her being a prostitute again. See if you don't cut your head off.
And he says he's not a father.
It's true. But just an older brother, even. Girls barely hit puberty, you pervert. He was about to push your ass in that fire, and I would not have even blinked an eye. Knew she wouldn't stay there, because she doesn't listen. Okay, we don't need her to watch a live out. Sorry, not the one guy. The one sad drunk.
They're beautiful too.
We don't pay for talk.
He's been wounded. Or cursed. Not smart. She is a brave prostitute because, yo, he looked like he about to snap somebody next by accident. I don't trust that boy. Too jumpy.
It's survivors. Lost and forsaken in a new world.
New to you
Exactly.
was us.
Thank you, trespassers.
You just returned to Nilfgaard. You killed the usurper. You saved me.
And yours.
Is she gonna tell? It's very personal. Showing all of them their, like, deepest desire.
Perhaps his deathless mother's one of the old gods.
First you say it's Ethelyn, and you say it's one of the old gods.
What designs would either have with two humans?
Who broke it? Why'd you go and touch something, Yennifer? You broke it. Oh, or you opened it. Guess all three of y'all needed to be there. Huh?
He's calling us.
Should you follow?
Stand guard until we've returned.
Okay, if the devil calls, y'all just go?
Did she and I get a vote on joining your prayer circle?
What do
No.
you think?
It's a solid no. Let's go. This is all Frangella's fault. Interesting that she's part of this. I don't know if it's just because of whatever magic's going on here, or if she plays a bigger part. Like I said, I want Sis to be smarter than this. I don't want to have to hate her.
Scary stories don't really work on me.
She's like, you have no idea the kind of nightmares I've had.
You don't frighten easily.
Like I said, she's been through some stuff.
Geralt said I'd be protected here.
It's hard to do when I don't know who I'm protecting. Or what I'm protecting her from.
I understand her desire to keep secrets. I'm not against it. It's actually a little bit shrewd considering how she was last season, but she is going to have to start opening up a bit. There it is. Oh, I don't think that's the wooden beast she was talking about. Oh, sis, you about to get penetrated in more ways than you planned. Gonna cost you extra.
He had all of the mages moved to a prison. Playhouse. I was there for years. And Omir found me.
Now I understand why she's so down with the cause. Oh, that would have been Yennifer if it hadn't been. Oh, that sucks. All right, Fringella, I got a little empathy for you, girl.
Turn your front to me. Hut. Hut.
I think we're about to lose one of the last elfin mages. I think you should listen to Yennifer. They like headlights. This is like Hansel and Gretel, like a really creepier version of it.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
No parent ever is.
You and a batch of mutated orphans with nowhere else to go. Were you ready?
No.
But you protected us anyway.
Yes, he did. Monster. Really? Mid-coitus?
I'll secure the guests. I'll check the wing.
We'll check the perimeter.
Follow me! Get a move on!
It's gonna be your brother. Are you ready to kill him? Oh. Okay.
What are you? Hello.
Hers is a woman. Frangella's is a man.
It's just, the path has been hard.
And the
Interesting.
path forward will be harder still. But I can help you.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Power. That's what you live for. That's your play. It's rather desperate. You're the desperate one, Yennifer.
The most.
Wow. Where'd that bass come from, ma'am?
Power. And not of a meek sycophant, but as your own woman.
This isn't real.
Good for you.
We need friends. Allies that know this land as if it were their own.
No Northern Kingdom would ally itself with us.
Why is... What is it doing? Is it helping her?
I've been with child before. None have come to term.
But if it could,
Interesting.
if I could help you, all you need to do is ask.
Frangella already did.
But you'd rather be blind than see the truth. Remember this lesson, Piglet?
Hey! No one calls her that except her teacher. Yeah, that's where Frangella lost a couple fingers.
You blew it at Sodden. Fire is
Dangerous magic.
She knows.
Move, damn it! Fucking parlor tricks!
You made it work. You said you wanted to move. Good job.
I want your desperation, Chris. You will beg me to take it from you. And I will.
Oh no, not this dark memory. Come on, Yennifer. Come on. I know you're stronger than this girl. Are we gonna find that port? Oh, there she is. Well, you wanted to be penetrated by that wood, girl. Careful what you ask for. Where is he? Is he on the ceiling like a creepy spider? Oh, it slithered away. I saw that. Not today! I just know it's up top. Come on, Geralt, you got spells. Come on. I told you it was up! It's like a tree monster. Ew. You're gonna see your friend's face now, right? Yeah. What, Geralt? We don't have time for a fight. I don't think you can save him, bro. If he wanted to be saved, he would have told y'all about that when he got home. He's gone, Geralt. Long gone.
I knew something was wrong. I don't know what happened. But I thought...
Struck my baby. You need to die now.
I thought you could help me.
But you never told anyone, you ass!
Like she's infected him.
That's not possible.
Ah, clearly it is. Hey, back-to-back Witcher action! This is not gonna last long. He clearly has endless tentacles. It's like a really bad Japanese movie.
Let's go. We need time. We can save you.
And he doesn't want to be saved, yo. Listen to J. Cole. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You have to kill him. You're gonna lose Vesemir. You know what you have to do, Geralt. New tricks, and it's hot. I'm sorry, bro. But you didn't look like he was trying to fight that at all. Or you would have said something when you showed up.
You did what you had to do.
He did. If he'd really wanted help, he would have told you guys the second he got back that he'd been hurt and had y'all look at it. Where is she? What happened?
You're going with them.
Francesca claims that the old gods want an alliance between the elves and Nilfgaard. I agreed.
Then you're both fools.
Yep.
If she really is that evil, why does she let you go?
This is the really good question. I'm very confused, and I'm not sure what she's up to. But considering what she showed you, although I think Yennifer does have to figure out what she really wants. She spent a lot of centuries acting like she doesn't give a crap, which is clearly not it. But we all know her destiny is also Ciri. She doesn't know that yet. You're not dead, thank God. She listened, though. We have to give her kudos or a cookie or something.
Are you okay?
Physically. Emotionally, though, a lot of trauma. Go get your wife, Geralt.
Nowhere's safe now. You can't run from the world. You can find power and purpose.
That's what Yennefer's looking for. Oh, she's trying to open a portal. Is her magic gone? What's going on? Oh no, she did use a lot when she did that chaos fire thing. You probably just need like a warm bath, you know, a good hot meal, a nap. You haven't really had a chance to rest since you did all that.
Keep your sword close and keep moving.
You get a sword, kind of. Time to become a badass. Geralt gonna teach you. I was about to say, you might want to take off that heavy ass fur. Can we get her something a little bit more battle worthy? Because she's gonna trip all over herself in that thing. See if she's a quick study. Nice. The training has begun. The formation of Cirilla, the badass with a sword and in combat, is about to be born, and I'm all for it. She was already, of course, a badass as far as her magic, although I should say she still needs training there, but obviously Geralt can't give her what she needs. That's where Yennefer will come in whenever Yennefer does actually come into their lives. But what an interesting episode. It was great, of course, to see some of the other Witchers, I guess all of them, the ones that are left. That's what, Geralt was saying, that there was 20 the last time he was there. And I think I counted like 9 or 10. So their numbers are dwindling. If monsters still exist, it sounds to me like you still need Witchers, because it doesn't sound like witches were always the greatest at taking care of monsters, and that sometimes these monsters are actually magic repellent. So that says to me that the time of Witchers is not over yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still need Witchers, and we can't make any more. But obviously I don't want the Witcher tradition to continue in the sense of how they create Witchers, because of course, like I said, the movie gave us some insight into it, and it was ugly, and it's basically child torture. I feel like there still needs to be some sort of middle ground, or maybe we need to start getting more witches battle ready so they can learn how to fight as well as use magic when they can't, use magic against a creature. But digressing, it was nice to see how much Geralt has already kind of attached himself to Cirilla. I feel like that was one of the main reasons we saw these scenes inside of Kaer Morhen. Obviously, like I said, we didn't really get to meet any of the other Witchers per se, except of course, dude who had the tree in his back. I'm trying to figure out what the point of his whole arc was, because, we saw he clearly was not okay coming back, and the way he kind of just zeroed in on Ciri and clearly hated her instantly. Like, I believe that some of it was probably because of the wound, but it's like he was mad that Geralt had found somebody, and maybe that was a deeper issue that we might get into later. But a Witcher's life is obviously very lonely. Like, we've seen that. Most people think that they're mutants, they're freaks, they don't want to spend time with them, they don't get to have kids naturally. So there's a lot going on that makes life a little less than pleasant for them, and especially if this is their only refuge and their only sanctuary in the world, it's understandable that they would be very much scared at the idea of dying out, because what else are they going to have, right? And so here's Geralt, he comes back and he's got this beautiful, lively young girl with him, and she's a princess on top of everything else. And I mean, the princess part I feel like is kind of irrelevant, because these guys would have seen kingdoms come and go. But, typically a princess means power, money, a home, a belonging, right? Potentially. And so I think there might have been a little jealousy on his part, like, oh, Geralt's building his own family somehow in this whole twisted situation, while the rest of them are just basically taking comfort in prostitutes and hoping that they can get paid. So I'm speculating a lot here, because we did not get a lot on him outside of that moment and the fact that he clearly had some kind of beef. I don't know if it was just to help us understand a bit more of like how it's supposed to work at Kaer Morhen. I think the other thing that this boy represented was that they said that this monster infected him, and we heard the father guy say, but that's not possible. And it's like, well, clearly it is, because it happened. So it looks like the monsters are evolving, and that's a problem, because if they're evolving, that means that what they know as Witchers so far could potentially be outdated, but it also probably means that there's a greater thing happening in the world in general that they're not necessarily aware of and definitely not ready for. Anyhow, that was kind of that whole situation there, but I like that Geralt kind of had that conversation where he's with his mentor there, with his dad, and said, I know I said I wasn't going to bring her back, but I had to save her. And like, I'm finding this purpose in figuring out what she's about and why I have to protect her and why she has to live, so to speak. And this whole episode kind of had a little underlying theme of purpose, everyone finding their purpose and understanding it and how important it is to have purpose. And while Geralt has found his in helping Ciri figure out exactly what it is her destiny is, and telling Ciri that since she's been kind of lost and meandering since her kingdom fell, she too needs to find a purpose that's bigger than killing the man that tried to kidnap her and killed her loved ones. And then on the other side, we had Yennefer and Fringilla, who were captured by elves, we discovered. It's interesting. I like that the elves are being brought in. They were talked about a lot last season. We haven't heard much about them outside of their tragic story, so I'm hoping we get some more of the elven point of view on things, and not just the ones that hate humans, but just an overall understanding of more of what they're going through, what's going on with them, and if there's any of them that are interested in just kind of finding like a way to exist with humanity, because that's clearly going to have to be the case going forward. But anyway, we saw that they encountered some old ancient witch that is clearly very powerful. She actually reached out to all three of them with dreams, and it looks like that she kind of accessed a little combination of like their deepest hope along with some of their fears. Right, with Fringilla, she didn't really get into detail about her dream, But eventually she did talk about, we didn't know until this moment that she was captured while she was in in Nilfgaard initially. Like, it kind of, the way she's been acting, you would think that things have been going pretty good for her there. But we discovered that she was actually rounded up with all the other mages and put into what they call the Playhouse. I feel like that's a rather, dark humored way that they probably used to describe a place that was probably quite horrible. She didn't go into details, but I have no doubt that some pretty terrible things probably happened, because you don't round up a bunch of mages and lock them up against their will and make it a good time. And that the people, these white flame worshippers, are the ones who rescued her and apparently a lot of other mages from this horrible situation. So now her relentless belief system in this white flame thing makes more sense to me. I mean, although it does still sound like she doesn't really believe in it so much as she feels obligated, like a sense of like, I have to repay this belief system for saving me from what would have been a very horrible fate, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's more like obligation for her, but also she noticed, I guess there has to be some power she's been exposed to as well. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we saw that the old witch managed to talk to her ego and say, hey, what if you were the person who's supposed to carry the white flame? What if you're the person who's supposed to be this powerful person who, changes everything in this world? So now she just wants to feel like she's in control of her life again. And that makes sense. And that's probably why this thing was able to tell her what she wanted to hear and give her some tips. If anything, I noticed she was kind of like giving everybody like ideas or tips as to what they could do to get closer to what they want. But I just can't think that this thing is that benevolent. I'm thinking that this thing must be getting something in return that they don't know yet, except for Yennefer, who's rightfully a bit suspicious. But anyway, on the other hand side of things, we saw that the elfin leader, she wants obviously the elves to rise again. And apparently if she gave birth to a child through whoever the father would be, it would be an actual pure elfin child, which apparently there's not been one born in a very long time, which is interesting. This thing told her that if she can actually have a child and give birth to it, it's going to be the turning point. And maybe it is. Maybe this new fully elven person will be the one that can weather this new world and create this new race of elves that will actually be able to, I don't know, be stronger than humans. I don't know. But anyway, she told her what she wanted to hear. And the fact that we saw that and were witness to it tells me that's going to be something we need to worry about later on, or it's going to become a factor later on. But obviously it's an issue because we already heard that she's going to team up with Nilfgaard going forward, which means Nilfgaard now is not just a solo nation of crazy people worshiping a white flame, but we also have some angry, human-hating elves who are working with them. And one of them is a very powerful ass mage. So, and then of course we had Yennefer's dream. Very sad. Once again, she still has her dream of being a mother. It was very sad. Like, that whole image of the crib on fire was, that to me reminded me of, last season when she decided to trade in her fertility for eternal youth and beauty. And we all saw that it required her burning her reproductive organs, and seeing the crib on fire to me reminded me of that symbolism of her basically burning that idea in that moment. It was kind of dark when you think about it as well. But anyhow, Yennefer, of course, she's so scared of whatever it is that she thinks her purpose is. She wouldn't really let that witch get one way or another. So that witch kind of, instead of getting like a trade-off from her or giving her advice, I noticed that she kind of just kept challenging Yennefer with all the lies she's been telling herself, which I think is interesting. And in the end, when she woke up and Frangella let her know that, hey, this is what's going down, and Yennefer's like, what are you doing? Why are you believing this witch? How do you know it's not a trap? And Frangella was just kind of like, listen, I know you don't believe in what I believe, but I have my faith and it's led me this far and I want to keep going. It's my purpose, and I need a purpose. It makes me feel good. And she basically looked at Yennefer and was like, you need to start accepting the fact that you have to have a greater purpose than what you've been doing right now, because clearly it hasn't been working so well for her. Like, the most purposeful thing that Yennefer's done in centuries is when she let out that chaotic fire and, took out that army to protect the other witches and the kingdoms, right? So she needs to figure out what it is that she really wants, what's important to her, and actually go for it. And I also feel like it's a part of her also accepting that she thought her purpose was trying to find a way to have a baby, But I think that she's understanding now, hopefully, finally, that that's just never going to happen. That's just my take on it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But yeah, this was another great episode as usual. I really like the way that it was shot in particular, especially all the scenes inside of Kaer Morhen. And I'm loving, like I said, mostly the relationship between Geralt and Ciri and seeing how that's slowly developing. Very beautiful side to what's otherwise an extremely dark series. So I really enjoyed this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next episode.